Live. Be sure to follow our amazing sponsors, Fiya Infusion, Tax Strategy, Ask Blue Jay, Lavish Looks by MzMetchi, and Black Dollar Days. And be sure to tune into our other programming throughout the week. All right, y'all, let's get it.
What it do? Your favorite cousin Young Jock checking in. And right now you're tuned into the Blueprint Live with my favorite MzMetchi, all right? Hey, man, you know what it is. Keep doing what you're doing and keep it right here. Chill.
Yo, what's happening? What's happening? Ow! It's about $2, Fabo. Bankhead, Fabo. Ow! Hey, man, check this out. I want y'all to tune in right now to the Blueprint Live with MzMetchi. And I want you to tune in every Thursday at 6:30 Central Time. Ah! Ow! Fabo!
What's good, y'all? It's your boy Gary P, the DJ of Boot Camp Radio. You're tuned in right now to Blueprint Live with MzMetchi. Let's go.
I'm starting the night off. We're going to shake some ass. Let's do it. Happy Thursday, y'all. Move that ass, girl. Come on in. Get your drink. We got a lot to talk about tonight. You better go get your cup. Okay, I have my jam session. Y'all, welcome back to another week of the Blueprint Live. Y'all know it's me, your girl, MzMetchi. So glad, y'all. If you are in the Chicagoland area, I know that y'all can feel me with this sigh of relief now that it finally stopped snowing, okay? I was all nestled in. I had a great snow day, but I know a lot of people was out on the road slipping and sliding. So I hope wherever you are warm, cozy, and ready to have a good time, okay? If you're looking to advertise with me, make sure that you visit thebpmediacode.com for more information. I'd love for you to have a commercial. I want to help get the word out about your business, your initiative, your podcast, your music. I'm your go-to, okay? So make sure you go ahead and get in tune with me. That was Almighty with Drop It and Shake It, okay? So that's available on all platforms. Y'all know I love to support the independent artists. So if you are in the house, you looking to shake it a little bit, I need you to go ahead and add that to your playlist. If you're just joining me tonight, I want you to go ahead and drop those businesses, okay? I want to connect with you. There are people that want to connect with what you've got going on, okay? Somebody has something that you need and you have something that they need. So make sure you drop it in the comments and let's definitely connect. Before I go any further, because y'all know I got two special guests and I've been excited about this interview, okay? I'm real excited. They're backstage with me right now, but before I jump in, I need y'all to make sure that you go and follow my sponsors, okay? We got Tax Strategy. Tax season is coming up. Make sure y'all get in tune with that, okay? Fiya Infusions. All I can say is that they have the sticky to the icky, okay? I need you to go ahead, go and follow them. And last but not least, make sure that you follow my sponsor, Black Dollar Days. The next what am I talking about? The next Black Dollar Days initiative is coming up next month, okay? So make sure that you all go follow, register your business, and get the word out about what you got going on. Okay, so let me tell y'all about my guests tonight, okay? I have Sam Williams and Miss Kymberly with a Y joining me, okay? They've got a podcast called Beards and White Toes, y'all. So I'm going to go ahead and bring them in so that they can tell you a little bit more about it. Hold on. Y'all ready to go? Give me a thumbs up. Boom, boom. Hold on. Hey, y'all.
Yo, what's good?
Y'all heard me getting tongue-tied? I was like, the wine's got my tongue.
It's Thursday. We're ready for the weekend. That's all.
I was about to say, you just pregame and just don't have slurred speech this weekend. You feel me?
I know, right? I know. I mean, first off, welcome to the Blueprint Live, y'all. I'm so excited to have y'all in the building tonight, the virtual building.
Thank you.
Excited to be with you. So,
look, let's jump right in. Tell me about the podcast. First off, how did we get to the name?
So, I mean, well, look at them. But no.
Beer gang.
Right. But so
look, bogus beer gang right now.
It's a beer. Nonetheless, we're not gonna do that. You know, we've been in blizzard conditions. It's okay.
Absolutely.
No, so let me give credit where credit is due. Sam came up with this name. And we basically kind of went off of what was trending at the time, and I guess it's still trending. It's something about a man with a beard,
and
especially
it's something about a woman with. And look, and there's something about a woman with white toes. I mean, pretty toes.
Pretty white toes.
But
Pretty
white toes definitely hit different. As long as those white toes don't look like white out, you feel me? It's gotta, because I'm just saying.
I can't wait. I cannot like help but to look at people when your white is off white on your toes.
It's like that's not how that's not how that went on. It's just go get them redone. Please go.
Or better yet, when you get it on the skin, it looks really bad. So, ladies, you got time to practice. We got about 2-3 more months before sandals weather. So please make sure whatever y'all do, y'all listen to what we're saying. Get the good white polish.
But please invest in the best top coat that you can.
That part.
You know what? Y'all keep on. I'm gonna just go to the shop. I don't even try anymore. I just go to the shop and drop no chip every time.
Every time. Is that not like the best thing ever though?
It is so convenient. Like I wasn't onto it at first, but then when I'm like, oh shoot, I need to keep my no chip. That's the whole move. No chip.
Ladies, I know y'all better get in tune, because if y'all still going and you waiting under a dryer for your nails to dry, that's not a good look in 2022. We're not doing that.
Got too much to do for that. It's time to go. I don't wait for my nails to dry. I don't wait for my toes to dry. Got too much to do. Just saying.
For the girls on the move, for sure. Now look, I want to know, I mean, naturally, like you all are on my podcast and everything, what was the aim when you all came together? What was the aim that you wanted to have with the podcast? Like what type of impact were we trying to make?
All right. So in order to get to that answer, we got to kind of tell you about the origin of how it started.
The backstory.
Okay. Take me on a journey. Let's do it.
Okay. We're going on a trip. All right. So Kim and I are very good friends. I would even go as far as saying she's probably my best friend, and so our conversations tend to get pretty deep, in the same space that I'm sitting in right here. She and I were having a conversation, it was just a random conversation, you know what I'm saying? And we realized that we have a lot of chemistry between the two of us when it comes to conversing.
Okay.
So one night, I just pulled out my phone and said, let's just record a pilot and just to see how we sound and let our friends listen to it.
Okay.
I would say after about 2 or 3 days, we got so much of a response from our peers that we didn't have a choice at this point. And for me, I have a background in journalism. I mean, I've been doing it for a very, very long time. And so the podcast realm was relatively new to me from, this side. I've listened to podcasts. Hell, I've listened to yours since the inception. So
are you serious?
I remember, look, we're not too far removed from when I was on your show a long time ago.
He was one of my first guests, Kymberly. He was one of my first guests.
And I've been rocking and rolling ever since. And that's been almost almost
3 years. I just celebrated 3 years.
So I've been on, So anyway, so we ended up just recording, and like I said, with me having a background in media, primarily print media, I was like, you know what, maybe it's time for me to, move with the times, because not too many people read blogs, and I had a magazine. You know what I'm saying? So people's attention spans have changed over the last 5 and 6 years from when I started.
That's right.
So we decided to record. We let our friends hear it. Our friends gave us positive reviews. And on July 19th, we didn't know what the hell we were doing. We just recorded some shit, and the rest was history. And so that was 35 episodes ago. And so every episode we tend to get better and better. But that's pretty much how we got to where we are.
So I know that you all, of course, talk about a range of topics. So I really want to know, because we all have our favorites, and every guest that I have has to always pick a favorite. That's my thing. Okay. So out of all of the topics that you all have discussed since you started, what can you say was the one that really stuck out to you? Like it was that conversation for you.
You want to go first?
Yeah, because I already know where you're going.
Ah,
It's a couple actually for me. The second episode we did was mental health. That one really stuck out because it was, number one, very impromptu. That was not what we had planned on discussing that night. But we both sat down and we were like, we need to talk about this. I feel like that is one of the episodes where we were both most vulnerable. Both of us have, I don't want to say backgrounds, but everybody deals with mental health. And, we both had our bouts with it, have our bouts with it, whatever you want to say. So we were both extremely forthcoming and vulnerable in that particular episode. The other one, off the top of my head, it's got to be love languages. Because everything always comes back to love languages. I cannot tell you what number episode that was. I'm not even gonna hold you. Sam is better at that.
Nah, y'all just gotta go listen to the podcast.
Y'all better go and subscribe because it's available everywhere, right?
Available
everywhere where podcasts are available. We are there. Right. So, but it seems like everything, we kept coming back to love languages. Like we had so many episodes after that episode where we kept referencing.
Oh, she said love language was good.
Thank you.
Shout out to you, Lauren. Appreciate you.
Yes, that's my good sis. I love her.
Let me tell you something. I've met her in person once. And when I met her, she was handing me vanilla wafer pudding. And I can still say, I need more. That was like,
Lauren, can you bring me some, neighbor? Okay.
Oh, and look, she hooked us up with some vegan chocolate chip cookies. So I ate them boys before I even got home. I had a few stops to make, and I almost ate Kim's. But
let me tell y'all. See, look, since we're sharing our Lauren stories, when I had COVID last August, she literally brought me one of the sweetest care packages. Like the elderberry, like all of the things that like because she knows that stuff. She's very, very well versed with that. So when I tell you I started feeling better after that. So Lauren, thank you. I'm like, we got to celebrate. And I'm gonna put her business up here real quick. Yes,
please.
Art with Lauren B. Random Thoughts. Okay, y'all make sure y'all go and support my good sis.
Please.
For sure. Absolutely. I'm sorry, we ain't even mean to veer off, but we gotta show love. We gotta show love.
And FYI, I didn't even know the cookies were vegan. I'm smashing these cookies, and I didn't even know they were vegan until like I'm about through with the container. So,
girl, okay, so I need them.
That's how good they were. But
okay, go ahead.
I digress. Look,
yeah, I know, right? We getting back on the road.
Those, I'm gonna say that those two, I think, were my favorites. It might be some more because they become my favorites without me even knowing. Like we'll be, and when we're done, Sam will look at me. He's like, "Okay, so do you feel better now? Because you just took that. That was yours." I'm like, "Oh, okay. Well, thank you." But those two definitely.
Sam, what about you?
Those were mine as well, but I actually have a couple of other ones that really stick out to me. One in particular, my homegirl / cousin Chanel and her friend Gigi, the motherfucking stylist. Gotta say it just like
gotta say it right.
What?
Say it right. Shout out to the homie Chanel and her homegirl Gigi. Listen, that episode was entitled "Should I Have to Fuck for Free?" Okay. In other words,
it's the title for me.
Listen, and so they were the perfect guests for that particular episode because they come off to be high-end women. Okay, the show basically starts off by Chanel saying, in order to mess with me, you need to come with at least a $40,000 AP. Otherwise, we can't talk. Okay. That's how she came off.
Okay. And that's a way to start it out, right?
Yeah. And then Gigi, she was a little milder. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? She's a little milder. She just wants vacations. There's nothing wrong with that, you
There's
know.
nothing wrong with it.
So, but that was one of my favorite episodes from a male's perspective, because by the end of that conversation, what I learned is that you don't really have to have some of these monetary things to provide for these women. And I think the problem for a lot of men, especially average Joe guys, 9-to-5 guys is what I'll call them. Because I'm not average. I just work a 9-to-5.
Okay.
But you better recognize. Anyway, what I learned from that was, like I said, just being myself should be enough. Contrary to what social media puts out there in the world, a lot of that is all cap. And but in the end, there was a second message that came from that, but I'm gonna get to that one in a second. Both of these episodes are gonna tie in. Recently, I had listened to an episode with my cousin, my blood cousin, cousin Shanice. So
Future.
Russell versus Future. Those two episodes tie in because you have the Russell Wilson type of guys. Those are the ones that are coined as being corny and lame, but they take care of their woman, and you don't never hear about them in the news except for what they are known for. In Russell Wilson's case, football. But then you got Future, the toxic figure that's known for not just his.
Look, you see my face, like,
his reputation isn't just his music; his reputation is music, is how he treat women, etc. And it seems like, from what we see on the outside, a lot of women are attracted to the Future and not the Russell. And so when you put those two episodes together, something my cousin had mentioned, and I actually, hold on, I'm sorry, Archie, the third member of the Beards and White Toes podcast.
I was wondering,
Archie.
I was like, does he have a mop in his hand? At first, he was so closing in when he backed up. I'm like, oh no. We pandemic. We looking real pandemic-ish right now. It's okay. Live your best life.
We living. But anyway, during that episode, my cousin had introduced a term that I had never learned, that I never heard before, and it was emotional intelligence. And so tying into the love languages, the Russell versus Future, and Fuck for Free episode, those 3 episodes basically taught me how to move better with love languages and how to understand emotional intelligence. And then in another episode way before that was the understanding of feminine energy.
And I think those are all like great topics. It's like and with you all, I love the dynamic because you're able to get the men's point of view and the women's point of view. Do y'all ever clash at times?
Absolutely.
Often.
Okay.
Well, we clashing. Okay, let me just say this: the way we are on the show is how we are in real life.
They
was talking crap to each other before we went live, y'all. More so Sam.
But you know what though? The best
always.
But it's hard for me personally to say what my favorite episode is, because every episode is my favorite episode when you really think about it. Because one, I'm sitting here on this couch with my friend, somebody who I admire, somebody who I, even though she thinks I don't listen to her, I hear everything she says.
He gonna be listening.
Look, it's the difference between hearing and listening. But okay, go ahead.
I comprehend. Listen, I comprehend. Look, I'm wearing a shirt you bought me. Okay,
I see.
you feel me? So that's what we are.
Okay.
But no, like seriously though, every episode is my favorite just because every episode brings out different emotions. And I enjoy what we do. So
Corey said he don't be listening.
I know. And nobody can tell me. I already know.
Lauren says she likes the Just for Women and for Men shows too.
Thank you, Lauren. All right. Since we got both of them.
Sam, nope.
One of those idiots. Hold on real quick, because everybody had a Lauren story.
Very quickly, because I have another question.
No, it'll be very quickly.
Okay.
That idiot Corey that just
don't do him like that. We do not use disgraceful language like that at the Blueprint Live. Clean it up.
Okay. That person that person, okay? Because I ain't gonna hide my fingers behind my back. Introduce me to Lauren. I met Lauren through that guy.
Okay.
So no, that's my story. I'm sticking to it because I can't say what I really want to say.
I am okay. So look, I gotta ask y'all this. We're in a season right now where cancel culture is at an all-time high, right? Is there a topic that you and Sam have absolutely agreed to stay away from? Because I'll be honest, I have mine, but I want to know what some of yours are.
I don't think we have come to that point.
Okay.
I think it's more so like the one rule that we have on our show, no name dropping. So
I like that.
Here we have told so many stories about people, personal stories, things that we've seen, things that we've heard. And if we like, people are probably like, oh, are they talking about? And people probably know who they are, but we refuse to put names.
Yeah, that's every time we have a guest. That's our first rule.
That's everybody know.
I don't allow it either. I'm just like, you better not.
Yeah, like no names are like, we will cut it, stop it, wrap it. Thank you for coming by. It's time for you to go. Because if nothing else, we play a lot, we joke a lot, but we try our best to stay respectful.
Absolutely.
If you will, people's privacy, of people's preferences, all of that. We try to be inclusive.
Exactly. And I was going to add to that, one thing about the society that we live in now, like you said, Kim, inclusiveness, when we talk about relationships in particular, we never just say, man, woman, you know what I'm saying? Because there aren't just male-female relationships. There's male and male, there's female and female, there's they and him, they and her. However, we've learned, because in our respective 9-to-5s, we have to be that. So for me personally, it's not hard to, use the appropriate pronouns.
Oh yeah, you got to respect that. You have
to. And look, that's one group you don't want to piss off.
Hey, you said it and not me, but I mean, hey, I already know. And that's the thing, for you all, like you just said, you have the 9-to-5, you have all of that. Like, how do you balance it all? Because I mean, you just said you all have 35 episodes. I mean, you all have been keeping the content coming since last summer.
Barely.
Not barely. No. Where my drink at?
So it gets interesting. When we first started over the summer, I'm in education, so I was off for the summer. I'm living my best life. So
you better.
Like whenever, it's like, oh, so we release on Thursday, so let's do this on this day. And we just kept it moving.
Okay.
Like, so it was easy. And then when I got back to work, I'm like, we need to talk. I'm not sure how this is gonna work.
Like, can we get this on? Can we do something? Like we need a little bit.
That part. And then in addition to that, for those who don't know, Sam does not have kids, but I do. I don't think I've ever said how many kids I have, but my running joke is I got 17 kids. Okay? So that's how I feel sometimes around here.
Okay. That's real.
So, it gets interesting because we now it's literally like with the two, we just kind of do it when we can, but we know that no matter what, we need to be ready to go for Thursday morning. Okay. So even this week, the weather changed everything. We had originally agreed to record Tuesday.
Okay.
And I text
that's when it started turning up.
Exactly. Yeah. And I text Sam on Monday, and I'm look, I legit, the weather, I have a phobia of ice, black ice, because I didn't been through some things with that type of weather.
I got rear-ended 2 times, 45 days apart from each other. I had just gotten my car back. They rear-ended me again and fucked my back up. I have to be honest.
Look, and that's what I'm saying. So I had just gotten a car the day after Thanksgiving. Somebody rear-ended me Christmas Eve.
Oh.
So
I remember that.
shut up. So my big baby is in the shop, and the day this stuff is starting, they giving me this little. I'm grateful to have a rental that I didn't have to pay for, but it's a little go-kart compared to what I drive.
Oh no.
And so I text him. I said, look, I'm watching this weather. I said, I'm not coming over there tomorrow. So we need to do this tonight. We need to record tonight. And so he's like, okay, cool.
Okay.
So it's happened like that before. There are times when he says that how we are, excuse me, on the mic is how we are. There have been times where I have pissed Sam off on the night we were supposed to record.
And I'll stop all that shit.
He stopped. I didn't even make it over there. I said
Sam, you be acting up. Why are you acting up?
Man, look, this ain't about me right now. Okay.
I was gonna say, let's ask the questions that need to be asked. Ask, why was I made to act up?
I don't know. Probably something I did. I don't know.
There you go, right there.
Okay.
I just wasn't trying to deal with it that night.
But yeah, so like I was supposed to come to his house. We were supposed to record like we always do. And he texted me like, yeah, I think we need a minute. We gonna record later. We're not doing this tonight.
It's fair.
And I was like, okay, like that. Okay, go ahead, deal with your feelings.
I think that was the one time you made me like you really, really made me mad. So yeah.
It was 2 times actually, but they were both related to the same thing.
We gonna focus on the positive because y'all have moved past that. But no, I mean, you know what? No, I love, hearing the story of how you all came about. And, before I let you all leave me tonight, for one, what are we talking about when I come on? Because Sam still ain't gave me no date. So Miss Kymberly
I did give you a date.
No.
I did. Yes, I did.
When?
The day we got all of this started. The same
lie.
day anyway.
Send me a calendar invite.
I'll do that.
I'm a Google Calendar chick. Put it on my calendar.
Yeah. We're going to have something ready for you. Because you about to jump in the gauntlet with us. And you about to, so real quick, you're going to be our very first guest on the Beers and White Toast. So real quick, let me just shout out before we go.
Okay.
Just want to shout out Royalty Productions and the Castle Studios for taking a chance on us. They reached out to us and said, look, we believe in what y'all got, so they're gonna go ahead and they're making us visual, and we go visual on Sunday. And shout out to you, MzMetchi, for being our very first guest.
Yep.
I'm excited. I'm so excited about that. Thank you. The crazy part about it is I've been doing my show for so long, and I've been a guest on a few shows, but it's just like a lot of people don't be wanting guests, y'all. They don't be wanting guests on their show.
Man, we have so much fun with the right guest, and we don't pick anybody who's not right. So all of our guests that we have had a ball with them. We are trying to have some of them back, actually. Okay. So yeah, we've had some amazing guests.
I agree.
What are some things that we can look forward to? Like, how can my listeners support you all?
Well, first of all, we are on all major platforms for the Beers and White Toast podcast. I'm on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, wherever you listen to podcasts, that's where you can find us. And in about a week or two, you'll also be able to see us on YouTube. So we'll also have our YouTube show, the Beers and White Toast podcast, sponsored by the good folks at Royalty Productions. And then also we're into the events. So we'll be hosting events starting actually next week. Mm-hmm. We have our first event that we're hosting called, it's actually a speed dating event. So if you want, it's going to be speed
singles, honey, for the singles.
So for all you singles,
days before Valentine's. So come on, y'all already know.
Y'all need to have something where the married people could come out and just come hang out. We need drinks too.
Oh wait, hold on. My sleeve, it's in there. Let me keep that tucked in there real quick.
Okay. Are you going to send me an invite? I need an invite.
Look, we got something for everybody. We will be actually. So just just follow us on social media to kind of keep up with everything we have going. Follow us on Instagram, Beers and White Toes. Facebook, you can follow our page as well, Beers and White Toes. And that's where you'll be able to see all of our, upcoming events. So yeah.
Y'all let me know if y'all need a host.
You know, Demetria, you would probably be so real quick. You're
Look,
the first
look, I'm like Blink's eyes.
look, you're the first
Okay.
person that I wanted us to introduce ourselves to the world to. Like I told Kim, you've been doing this for quite some time, and you
Yes.
are one of my favorite. I subscribe to people I know first because I'm not one of those people who believe in if I can go ahead and support my favorite, podcast with athletes and people that I've never met in my life, I can go do the same thing for people that I've known my entire life. And so, with
We've
that
known
being
each other
said,
for so long, Sam.
we
So
have
long.
known each other for a very long time, and that's
Absolutely.
why. And just so I can just let your listeners know, I'm extremely proud of you and your growth with Blueprint Media. Like I said, I remember the very first time. Okay, man. I remember the very first time I came and was on your show, and that was 3 years ago. And 3 years later, you're doing bigger and better things.
Thank
And
you.
so I am super proud of you. Keep
That
going.
means so much. Oh my
I
God.
haven't been around since the beginning, but Sam did definitely put me on, like, a little while ago. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So definitely
Girl, we
subscribe,
be having a good
definitely
time.
listening, like,
Thank you.
definitely.
And look, you a neighbor. Look. So one thing, real quick, also that we always talk about is where we're from. So we don't make it any secret that we from the Highlands. We from from Hazelcrest.
Highland kids,
From
Country
yeah.
Club Hill.
Listen, hey neighbor,
I'm saying like it's cool. Country Club Hill.
hey neighbor, hey neighbor.
Hey.
So no, this is even more special because we're putting our area on. We
That's
looking
right.
out for each other, and that's what it's all about. Is making sure that we, when one is up, we keep pushing because
Right.
there's gonna be somebody we need to do the same push. So we
That's
just
right.
wanted to say thank you for giving us our push right now.
No,
Appreciate you
no,
so
for real.
much.
No, thank y'all for coming. I appreciate y'all. I mean, the crazy part about it is like, and y'all know, having started your podcast like last summer, a lot of people, you all came out and y'all had a lot of support. And I really appreciate you sharing that part because it was like, everybody doesn't have that experience when they first go in. And I'll be honest with you, when I first started my show, it was the Blueprint Radio. I was doing internet radio. A lot of people were just like, what the hell is she doing? They didn't really understand or see the vision, but I felt like that it was my calling to basically, showcase other entrepreneurs, other people that were like me, that were also looking for exposure. That was my mission. That was my God-given mission. And, to be doing it 3 years later, and the fact that this is like y'all on one of the first shows for the top of the year, I can't wait to check in with y'all next year because it's lit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all gonna be celebrating y'all 1 year anniversary. And I was able to listen to a little bit. I didn't get through all 35 episodes, but you all, I'm definitely following and making sure that I keep up with you all too.
Well, we appreciate it. Thank you.
Let them know how they can follow you all, because they might be interested in what y'all got going on. Besides the podcast thing. Yeah.
Instagram for me is Kymberly _with_A_Y.
Okay.
And Snapchat is all me, all Kim.
Ooh, I like that. Okay.
So you can follow me on Facebook. It's my name, Sam Williams. I'm not above all things. God chose me, Jones. I'm not that person. You're not gonna find me like that. Anyway,
it's the shade for me.
Man, I hate that shit, man. Who are you? No, I'm just saying.
Like the number one golden child in the world.
Baby daddy.
What does that mean to me?
Baby daddy ain't shit, and his mama either. Williams. No, that ain't me. No, yes, like I said, on Facebook, you can find me, Sam Williams. On Instagram, journalisms _heart_throb. I don't look like much of a heartthrob right now, but I will on Saturday and moving forward.
Sam, one of them guys that know that he attractive, but stay acting like he don't think he attractive. I hate that. Stop,
because we do this all the time. I'm
tomato.
Rubbish. Anyway, and then on Instagram, you can follow me, UCM_I hope. You can follow me.
No,
there.
you switched it. You said Instagram. That's Snapchat, love.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I'm hungry.
That's
Instagram.
Snapchat?
So my Snapchat is UCM_I hope.
And you said your Instagram name wrong too. You forgot an underscore.
I did, and I went back. Okay, fine.
Try it again.
Journalism
Try it again.
Journalisms _ heart _ throb, and that's it.
Underscore. It's
There's
an
not a
underscore after
second.
throb.
There's not an underscore after that.
It's an underscore
Damn,
after
that's a
throb.
long ass name. I'm gonna say it.
But I'm
That's a
living in my
long
truth
name.
because when I'm not looking like this, I really look like who I say I am.
And this is why we always stay into it, because this is what I have to
It's
deal
only
with.
him and it's in
You
his
got any
mind.
more questions, Demetrius? Before I have to go call her and have to get in my
Look,
car.
I love y'all. I love y'all. For everybody that's listening in, make sure that you all tune into the Beards and White Toes podcast. It's available anywhere that you can stream. I know y'all gonna come back, right?
As long as you have us, absolutely.
So look, this is the thing. When y'all come back, I want us to do a segment from your show.
Cool.
Look, be prepared because we're gonna definitely do. You about to jump into the gauntlet with us on Sunday.
Okay, I mean, I'm saying let's do
be
it.
ready. Have your
Let's
drink
do
on
it.
deck and have your 420 on deck if that's what you do, because this is about to go down. So
and I was gonna say, and have a refill for that glass too, because it can go kind of quickly.
Well, look, I love y'all. Much continued success to the both of you. Thank you so much for joining me, because Sam had to get his 420 on. Do it. No, I love y'all, and just we in tune. That's it.
Absolutely.
That's it. Well, I love y'all. Have a good night. Okay.
Thank you for having us.
Bye.
Bye now.
Okay, y'all already heard it. Y'all better make sure that y'all go and follow my friends. Okay. And I can't wait. I'm gonna be on their show soon. So, I don't know. They probably gonna put your girl in the hot seat, but I'm here for it, okay? Because I like it hot. Let me get into tonight's, let's see. We got so much to talk about tonight. First off, the nerve, honey. The nerve. Chicago winters. This is part 2 of the nerve from last week. It was a whole blizzard up in here, y'all. It was an entire blizzard outside. Definitely snowed in. So, some people, they cars are still buried under snow. I don't understand it. I don't get it. Okay. So I'll keep that real quick. Tonight's Hate It and Love It. Oh my goodness. It's a lot, y'all.
All right, y'all. It's time for Hate It and Love It. Let's get into it.
Y'all about to get mad at me, and I'm prepared for it. I'm prepared. Because I'm gonna say some things that may be a little bit adverse to how you all feel. But I'm having a little bit of a hate it and love it, right? So I have to admit, there's been a lot of uproar from the Black community regarding I'm trying to fix my lips, y'all. Regarding the Black History Month collection that hit the shelves, okay? When I saw it, and I was just like, man, when I first saw it, I was like, I'm kind of like wanting to maybe buy a candle. Like, I love mahogany teak wood. Now, I do also patronize Black-owned businesses as far as candles, the Rosebud collection. I've got candles here from my Black candle makers, but I do have some favorites before I was introduced to those brands that's from Bath and Body Works. I was like, why not get a damn candle from Black History Month? And then, I started to, read the fact that there was a problem, that our community was having a problem with how they did things. And then it kind of swayed me a little bit. I was just like, wow, I was like, maybe that is kind of jacked up. Maybe, that's kind of messed up how they did things, or they probably should have gone to a Black candle maker and have them create some specialized scents that are only available for a limited time. I started to think about it a little bit differently. So my hate it and love it is that regarding this is that I'm having a hard time trying to figure out, like, I feel like on some ends we ask for inclusion, right? With being within the Black community. And then when we're included, it's just like, okay, is this good enough, right? So I do agree that companies, when they're looking to incorporate more diverse efforts, they need to get people that look like us, or people that are going to go for a cause. So I was feeling all of these different things. And then I ended up reading more about the fact that they were going to they were going to donate proceeds from this particular collection to, I believe it's the Urban League. So it changed my feelings were kind of going up and down, up and down, up and down with the Black History Month collection. So I still don't know 100% sure if it's a love it or hate it, but I know that there were a lot of people that were hating it. And I just didn't really know, like, I was like, am I supposed to jump in on this? Auntie Tracy said, what's 420? That's weed, Auntie Tracy. So yeah, so I'm still having some things on that. But there was one young lady that was in the comments. I really liked what she said. I think we need it to be celebrated. Almost everything is about $1, but companies love to keep a black dollar circulating. But the difference is they are giving back $500,000 to the community for the Urban League and a few other things. That's big. They could have kept their money and not given anything to the community, because I guess it would have never stopped us from spending money there anyway. And that's my thing. Like, people, it's the main people that I see that will, are complaining about, the collection and Bath and Body Works and all of these different things. But I'm like, y'all was also just sharing the coupons for the 75% off sale. And when they have the candles for the low. So it's like, can we decide what side we're going to be on? Can we decide what side we want to be on? Like, and I don't know where I stand with it. All I know is that I've got enough candles from the Rosebud collection. Check them out. I've got candles from Sabri Candle Collection. These are Michigan-based business. I have my Chicago folks. I have candles everywhere. And y'all already know our good friends at TJ Maxx. They be having a good ass candles too. Okay, so that's that. My hated it for sure. And I don't know why I do this to myself, my husband and I, but we have, a house. It's a nice, a nice sized house for the two of us, our little love nest. But yeah, I'm mad at myself. My hated it is that I don't have a snowblower. The snow that came down on Tuesday night through Wednesday evening, it was so heavy. It was damn near up to my knees. And I'm out south, you guys. So I'm, if you're in the Chicagoland area, I'm out south. So you all know we were expected to get well over 12 inches. And boy, was it well over 12 inches. And then my damn furnace decided, we're tired. We're going to go out. I woke up and it was about 60 degrees in my house. And for my households that like to keep a warm house, it was difficult. It was difficult. Your girl got her workout on. Like, I was working out because I was not only just shoveling the snow, I'm having to throw snow. Okay, woo. It was a hot ass mess, y'all. Lauren said, we just talked about this. I'm still tired from shoveling snow. Girl, when I told you I slept so good last night, I slept good. I fell asleep on my couch. And then I got up and I went to sleep in my bed. Because it was so, my body was just so like, you better go to sleep, girl. Rest your little tired bones. Why are you out there shoveling? And then, my guy that usually do my landscaping stuff, his ass has been missing. I'm going to call him and just send him, I'm sending a fist through the phone. Snaps Lawn Care, get back on your job, okay? Get back on your job. And Tracy said, oh, wait, no, that was Lauren. She said, this weight blanket went to work. Girl, I know that's right. Yeah, I got to hire somebody next time, y'all. I cannot continue to keep doing this to myself. I won't. Okay? I won't. And with Anthony and I, a lot of people be like, oh, why Anthony ain't just going to do it? I'm like, we're a team. This is our house. So you damn right I'm going to get out there and go and shovel with him. If I had to push a car with him, I would. I'm going to help him. I'm not just going to send my man out there. It's all cold and stuff. And not try to help him out. I'm able-bodied too. Shit. Yeah, I went out. I shoveled the snow with him. It was a good time. Today, y'all, I did a photo shoot. I cannot wait to show y'all the photos from this photo shoot. I did a nice wintertime themed one. And because, Lavish Looks, I was like, we got to get Lavish Looks out here in this snow, baby. It's not just for the sun. We're for all seasons. All seasons. Okay? Speaking of which, I'm going to take a quick break. And then when I come back, I have tonight's What Would You Do?
Hey, y'all, it's your girl, MzMetchi, checking in. Reminding you to shop my exclusive collection, Lavish Looks by MzMetchi, where we've got shades and everything that you need to look fly. Oh, And we also offer accessories. So ladies, put a little bit of razzle dazzle in your collection today. Be sure to shop with me and follow on social media at Lavish Looks by MzMetchi. Grab your products today at MzMetchi.com/shop. Let's get into today's What Would You Do? Where we're talking about real situations with real people and offering real solutions.
So before I jump in, let me read these comments real quick. Auntie Tracy said use the oven. Yeah, I had to turn it on. Well, no, the heat is fixed. They were able to send somebody out to me yesterday, and Ruben was so cool. So check out I think it's Motilly HVAC and AC service. They were absolutely great. So shout out to them. Wait, Lauren said, I did it by myself. I surprised my boo. You are so sweet. I'll do it when it's light snow, but yesterday we had to tag team it, girl. That snow was ferocious. Let me get into tonight's What Would You Do? My goodness. Okay, this one. We get a lot of relationship ones. I'm planning my wedding and my fiance and I are having issues on the location for the wedding. My fiance is a preacher's kid and he wants us to get married at his father's church. I want to get married in either Jamaica or Mexico. We can't agree on this. He can't imagine getting married anywhere else besides his father's church, and I have always dreamed of a destination wedding. What would you do? I'm having both of them. I'm having both ceremonies. I'm having both. I'm going to have both. That's what I'm going to do. I don't know about y'all, but if it's feasible, should have both. I mean, one thing I planned Anthony and I's wedding. I planned it, and I just had a day of coordinator for mine. So shout out to Bianca, she's absolutely amazing. But we had to sit down and have a conversation about what was important to us both. And I'll be honest, I did not originally want to have a big ceremony. I ended up having a wedding that could accommodate 200 people. I probably had about maybe 160 show up, about 160, 165, which was pretty cool. But I don't know. I mean, we had to sit down. I had to talk to him. I was like, I wanted to go on the elope. I actually wanted to get married in Jamaica myself. I ended up honeymooning there, but I definitely wanted to go and have the ceremony. My husband was the one that was like, you should do a big, we should do it big. We've got a lot of family. We've got a lot of friends. At the time I was in the midst of doing like my event planning business and all of that stuff. I'm just fixing this, y'all. This hair's getting on my nerves. I was in the process of doing, building my event planning business. So I needed to be able to showcase the things that I was very great at. And it was with doing, coordinating and all of that stuff. So I got everything in order. We did the wedding, did all of that, but, and I agreed to it. I was just like, well, look, if we're going to do a big wedding, I still want to go to Jamaica. That's still what I want to do. So we ended up making that our honeymoon spot. Don't let these weddings get you in a place where you are not like, you're not at a compromising place with your partner. Like, clearly if he's a preacher's kid, he's very deeply rooted within his church. So, you knew that going into the situation, so it's like in these situations, like, what would you do? There's going to be some bending that's going to happen, but I would just let them know like, hey, we're going to do this. And in about 5 to 10 years, God willing, if we're together and we're still happily married, we're going to do a vow renewal in Jamaica and your family's going to have to come. I would make some concessions and put some things in place like, hey, this is what's going to happen. I would personally love to know what you all would do in this situation. What would you do? It's on the table. You want to have a destination wedding, and your potential spouse is like, nope, I want to do it at the church, down at the church. Tell me what you guys think. Okay. Let's see, because 60 in the crib is like 29. What? You for real? No, she talking about the heat going out, y'all. That's for real. 60 does feel like about 29 to 30 degrees. But what are some things that you would do? I mean, are you bending? Are you going to continue to keep pushing for the destination wedding? I don't really know if it's that important, because realistically, one thing that I will say, the people that I know that have planned destination weddings, they didn't really get as many people to show up as they had probably anticipated, right? So, what would you do in that situation? I'm curious. I am so curious. I mean, I'll let you guys gather your thoughts and go ahead and put that in the comments. If you're tuning in with me on Spotify, iHeart, or anywhere you listen to podcasts, after this broadcast is over, y'all know I love to get your messages about the things that the topics on the show and get some feedback from you. So make sure that you go ahead and drop that in my comments, okay? Or drop me a message. I would love to know, what would you do in this situation, okay? Because it's real out here. It's real. And y'all already know what's coming up.
Time to get into what's happening and what's up in these streets. Let's get it.
What's happening? What's up tonight? All right, we're gonna start, and I'm gonna go ahead and take it there. So, if you all remember the case that was going on, which, let me get into these comments real quick. What y'all saying? Oh wait, Renita had something to add. Hey, be your own kind. That's our partners, y'all. She said maybe meet halfway, have a private ceremony, small overseas, and then maybe a reception at the church. Renita, I agree with that. I think that that's the perfect solution to, tonight's what would you do? It's clearly something of importance. So go ahead and just have a ceremony. It's okay. On tonight's what's happening, what's up? Okay, if you all remember the case for Kendrick Johnson, he was the young boy that was found deceased at his school, and he was rolled up in a gym mat. Okay. No charges have been filed in the second investigation for his death. The Georgia sheriff says nothing criminal happened. Okay, so they are still standing on the side of this bullshit that he just mysteriously, this is how he ended up, and that there was no foul play that was involved. And when I saw that, I was hoping that if they opened the investigation back up, that they would be able to, really genuinely find what happened to him. And, how did things get like that for him? Reading the story when it first happened, I was just like, at a loss for words, of course. And, hearing that it got opened back up and that they're still not doing anything about it was even more disheartening. So, if you all are in that area or surrounding, I believe that they do have a petition that's going around right now to really investigate in it and, get that together. I'm praying for his family. That's absolutely horrible for him to have gone through that. And there was so much shadiness with the police department and how it was investigated and all of these different things. It's just really not it's not good, and it doesn't speak to real justice that's deserved. Hey Trina, hey girl. So for those that are in the Chicagoland area, there have been 99 new cameras installed along state expressways, with officials promising 200 more to be up and running within the next year. Okay. The Illinois State Police, they unveiled the most comprehensive plan, funding new technology aimed at deterring the shootings and catching the perpetrators for the shootings that take place on the expressway. This technology allows the state police firsthand knowledge of where these shootings are occurring, so that it speeds up the time to actually catch the car. Okay. On the dashboard, this is the application that they're using. Authorities are collecting and displaying data showing specifics of each expressway shooting with dates, deaths, locations, and injuries displayed. Okay. They were able to make 2 very quick arrests this year alone since they've launched the technology. So for those of you that take the expressway similar to me, you may find that there's some relief that at least there's someone watching. There's something watching. So for those people that like to act like that the expressway is a damn race car range or whatever, or open road, you probably don't want to do that anymore, because there are things out there that will put you on blast. Okay. That's what's happening and what's up if you're out in this area. Okay. Amityville, Long Island. 2 nurses in the Long Island are accused of forging COVID-19 vaccine cards and pocketing more than $1.5 million from the scheme. Prosecutors and police said, y'all. Julie Devano, the owner of Wild Child Pediatrician Healthcare in Amityville, and her employee Marissa Uraro are both charged with felony forgery. And Devano also is charged with offering a false instrument for filing. Okay. They got popped off because they gave a fake vaccine card to a federal agent. Imagine that. They made 1.5 million from people that basically got phony cards. Where's my drink at? I'm concerned. Have y'all ever watched this movie called Contagion? Okay. I probably said it wrong. I don't care. The movie was really good. It had Gwyneth Paltrow in it. It was really, really good. But it talked about like the source of how like, an illness spread around, similar to what we're dealing with COVID. As a matter of fact, it was so spot on. I watched it when I was on furlough from my previous position, and my ass was tight the entire time. I was afraid. Okay. And not in a boogeyman scary type of way. It was more so like, I'm like, this is exactly how this COVID stuff is going. But needless to say, these people that are getting these fake cards, if they have it, they're going around other people. They could be carrying it and spreading it to everybody else. And they got 1.5 million off these cards, y'all. They're geniuses, but stupid at the same time. Okay. So that's what's happening. What's up? For my Chase Bank customers, a Texas doctor was attempting to open an account and deposit a $16,000 check when employees denied her service and claimed the check was fake. Now she is suing them. She is suing them. Chase Bank has a long history of like being super dismissive and disrespectful to a lot of their clients of color. And it's very unfortunate to see it. And this is a Black woman. And, of course, you got to stay away from the comments, you all. Go in the comments and stay away from them at the same time. They were trying to say that it's just like, oh, she's money hungry. And then you had other people that were just like, why didn't they just use check systems and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, I have no idea why they didn't do that. But needless to say, I'm glad that she is standing up for what was wrong. You read about it a lot of times with this company that they've just kind of had some things that have been a little bit more adverse for, people within Black communities and those that are similar. So I was very happy to hear about that. I mean, she's a whole doctor. Like, you gonna question a $16,000 check when you wouldn't do that for somebody else that's probably actually depositing a phony ass check? I don't know. Speaks privilege to me. You know what that means. We don't like it.
Now it's time for the Blueprint Live's topic of the day. Let's get into it.
All right. So tonight, this conversation that we want to have tonight for tonight's topic, for me, it was, it's something I've been discussing with Renita, actually. I'm going to put her on blast. I'm going to put her on blast real quick. But hold on, I'm getting everything on here now. So give me just a second. But yeah, this particular thing I've been really wanting to discuss because from you all, I want to know what's the difference because her and I were having a conversation about it. And I don't even know if she remembers it. But let's see. Friends versus acquaintances. Okay. I want to know from you all, from my listeners, what is your personal definition of a friend? Because one thing that I can say that when Renita and I were talking is that I think we kind of recognized that there was a little bit of a difference, with depending on who it is, as far as what that definition means and maybe what you feel that the requirements are that's attached to it, right? I can give you all, like my definition. So I have a lot of people that I know. Okay. But I don't have a lot of people that I categorize them as a friend. For me, a friend is someone that you can be very open with. You can be yourself, right? Judgment-free zone. You can talk to them. You can be vulnerable. For me, how me being able to be vulnerable with you is going to be a big difference in how I categorize you in my life. And it was funny because I had a situation that happened, and I kind of told you all a little bit about it before, but having to just kind of like visit with some of those friends or talk with some of those friends or people you've considered friends, but there's no depth to the relationship, right? It's just kind of very like surface level. I'm just a firm believer of recategorizing things and situations as need be. So I feel like, it's like if I'm being open, if I'm talking to you, if I'm doing all of these things and trying to like maintain that closeness, and there's like pushback or everything, it's like, oh, it's okay. We're just not friends like that, but we're acquaintances. You don't have to cut off everybody that's not going to meet you at your level of like friendship. But as far as acquaintances, I would say that I have a lot of those. They may not be people that may know deep things about me interpersonally, but we know each other. I'm gonna look out for you. It's like if you're in a situation, I ain't gonna just leave you. Okay. But I really want to know from you all, from your perspective, what is the difference for you? Besides some of the obvious things, right? Be Your Own Kind said, good question. Friends know everything about you and love you anyway. LOL. Yes. And that was an interesting point that, Renita even touched on. And Renita, I'm not going to share too much because our convos are our convos, but, we were able to talk like, naturally, Renita and I are very strong-willed women. We're very opinionated women. We're going to speak our minds. And sometimes, when you have a lot of like, not rah-rah, but you have things, it can possibly collide. But how we handle each other is with love and with compassion and, with thoughtfulness, right? We that's what we give to one another. And that's why I can say that she is a friend versus someone that's an acquaintance. Now, when we started off, we were acquaintances, okay? And she will tell you the same. But, it was really the decision of, hey, you know what? No, this is my girl. And this is good people. This is somebody that I trust. For me, trust is definitely a big factor on if you are a friend or if you are an acquaintance, right? Lauren said, a friend I put trust in. We know some things about each other. Acquaintance is someone you wouldn't know my personal info at all. That part. And the crazy part about it is, Lauren, we had our moment where we was loving on Lauren earlier in the show. Lauren, that's my girl. But it's just like, with Lauren and I've known her since high school, right? And Lauren, although we're not like the friends or we talk every day or whatever the case is, like, you know what I'm saying? She's a friend because at the end of the day, Lauren always been good people. You told her ass something, she wasn't saying nothing. She wasn't doing no dirty stuff. She's not shady. She's not a jealous. All of these traits that you hear that's associated with people that are not the kind that you would want to call somebody that's close to you. She's not like that. So I'm like, I feel like it don't matter. I don't care if I don't talk to her in 2 weeks, 2 months, or whatever the case is. That's still my girl. You get what I'm saying? But everybody that you may have around you, or that, it may be that same frequency as far as if you talk to them or not, it may not be the same type of relationship, right? So, we've been able to talk about things. I talk about things with my friends. They talk about things with me. And you got to know with a friend that when you have that conversation, it ends there. It don't go to other people. Y'all not playing telephone with what's going on with somebody's business. Like, trust and being able to tell somebody like the real things that's going on with you, that's the difference for me. Be Your Own Kind said, acquaintances are people you can depend on, but they only know portions of you. You never give them your all. Not an acquaintance. Not an acquaintance. You wouldn't do that. Sounds too much like rape. Oh, Renita, I agree. She said, I just think depth is the difference. Me too. Yeah, how deep you can go. That's, and not that it like determining the level of friendship, like, oh, it's like it's levels to be friends with me. Like, no, it's not like that. It's just like, is it something beyond the surface stuff? Like for me, I had a friend, I can be honest with you. I had a friend that, I felt like that we were super, super, super duper close, and there were some things that happened recently that kind of just led me to believe that, like we're friends and I know that we love one another. And I know that she would be here for me if she absolutely, if I needed her and vice versa. But it's like, it's only so much housewives and shit that I want to talk about. I'm like, I have real things going on. You know what I'm saying? I have people in my family that are ill. I have, a business. I have a 9-to-5 where it's just like, I'm managing a lot of things for a lot of people. I have things that are beyond just the surface level and what was on TV or what type of makeup are we wearing or whatever. Like, it's like, I'm literally trying to build a freaking empire. You get what I'm saying? So I got to be able to go beyond the surface level with you, because if not, it's just like, you know what? You're just an acquaintance. And that doesn't mean it's not a bad thing. It doesn't, it's not a horrible thing. And it was just like, I was happy that we were able to have a mature conversation about the fact that that's what it was, because for me, whether it's a friend or acquaintance, I'm going to always be transparent. I got to tell you how I feel. You take it or you leave it. You take it with a grain of salt, you do whatever, but I'm going to speak my mind. And people that know me will either love that about me or I freaking hate it. I don't know. Not really my responsibility, except for just to make sure that I'm kind and that I'm respectful at all times. But for me, I agree with you, Renita. Depth is the difference. Like, how deep does it go? Because if it's only surface level, then we just know each other, i.e. an acquaintance. Lauren said we have a check-in usually at least once a month. Absolutely. And y'all make sure y'all go and follow Arts with Lauren B and Random Thoughts. That's my girl, y'all. She raw at the art. She been raw since I known her at that. Please go and support my girlfriend. Like, go support Be Your Own Kind. Okay. That's my business partner. That's my girl. Like, y'all, she is really killing it. You know what I'm saying? These are friends. These are friends of mine. So y'all make sure y'all go and do that. I definitely just want to thank everybody. Oh, we've been on for a little while. It's always a good time when we talk and have a good conversation. Okay. Let me get in these comments real quick. What y'all saying? Auntie Tracy said, that's right, transparent. You got to be transparent. Auntie Tracy, no, we talk a lot about that. Auntie Tracy says to me all the time, stand in your truth. And it's been so helpful for me on my journey as far as with things, really standing in my truth and talking about how I feel about things and what are my thoughts surrounding around that. So, I agree with that. It's all about being transparent for sure. Y'all already know we've come to that special time of the night.
Thank you so much for all of my listeners for tuning in. And now it's time for the quote of the night.
Quote of the night. Okay. This one, I don't know if it's going to resonate with you all like it did for me, but here it is. It doesn't matter what's been written in your story so far. It's how you fill up the rest of the pages that count. I'll read that again. It doesn't matter what's been written in your story so far. It's how you fill up the rest of the pages that count. Okay. I was having a conversation. I won't mention this person for their privacy, but we're having a conversation about things that have possibly had an effect on you from the past. And this one really resonated with me because I had another quote, but I wanted to change it to this because, I think that we've all had some different chapters that we wouldn't want read out loud. We've had some chapters that we would love to read out loud, louder than everybody else. And those things have happened already, right? So what matters is that we have to continue to keep making the vision that we want to, and filling up those pages with the things that make us smile, the things that make us feel celebrated, the things that make us feel important, and just overall the things that will make us feel whole altogether. That's my word that I just wanted to leave you all with. I'm really excited for all of my Lavish Looks people. Come and check me out this weekend. I will be doing the pop-up for the Erotica Spice pre-Valentine's Day pop-up. It's happening in Orland Park, Illinois. So I have all of those details on all of my social media. I would love for you all to come out and shop with me. If you're not able to make it out, you're just in luck. I have a 25% off sale going on with Lavish Looks. If you use promo code MyValentine, you'll be able to enjoy 25% off everything in the cart. Okay. I want to thank everybody for supporting. I want to thank my special guests, Sam Williams and Ms. Kymberly with a Y. They are super dope. You all make sure you go and check out the Beards and White Toes podcast. Make sure that you're following my sponsors. Okay. Fire Infusion, Black Dollar Days, and of course, Lavish Looks by MzMetchi. Okay. Come check me out this weekend. Come shop. Let me get in these comments real quick before I say goodnight to everybody. She said, give yourself grace. Thank you. Thank you, Auntie Tracy. I appreciate you. Say that, beautiful. Say that. That's the quote for the night. So y'all make sure y'all get in tune. Okay. If you're looking to advertise or you want to reach out for any of my other promotional packages that I have, visit thebpmediaco.com. Come and be my guest. I would love to. I would love to be on your show. Y'all hit me up. Okay. I'm around, I'm around the place. But I love y'all, and I hope that you enjoyed tonight's show, and I will see you back next week. Next week, I have a relationship expert joining me. So y'all make sure y'all get in tune, okay? I love y'all. Bye. Bye-bye.